Hey, I think the button worked. What do you think?
Hey, there is a button that's working. My headset's not, though.
Oh no. Okay, let's try this and then go from there.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Still trying to get my headset
Hello.
to work. It's not working.
I understand that feeling very well.
My goodness. Gee, criminy. I don't know. It's almost like something's preventing me from being able to do things.
I know that feeling. It took me forever and multiple updates to be able to get my camera to work. That is why we're like an hour and 10 minutes late.
I just did the stupidest thing in my computer I could ever done.
Okay, I don't even know which one of us is technically the host of the show or if we keep swapping back and forth.
Well, here's how this operates. If you guys have not figured this out, usually the host is the one that is on the left side of your screen. But
fine then. Let's start at the beginning.
There's a situation here because what happens here is that we actually switch from time to time on different shows, and that is what's happening right now because the host is kind of like who's the storyteller in this show. And tonight's episode is all about something that Jenny did, or Friday did. Who the heck's Jenny? Anyway, Friday, and as I am like about ready to throw my headset across, I don't even know if anybody has said a single thing. And maybe Friday's frozen. And if she's frozen,
yeah, I know that feeling.
Even worse.
This is a thing. Hello, can you see
movement.
me?
There's movement.
Okay. Hello. Welcome back to the Traveling Owl. Can you hear me?
Oh, wait. Am I went to my headset now?
No audio? What do you mean no audio?
Nope.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
There. Now I can hear you. You know,
Yay! Okay.
we have absolutely done everything on the show to get this show up and running, and it's not exactly winning the fight here. But we want to bring this show to
Yo.
you. We want to bring this show to you, and we want people to do this show with us. It just, it's been a trial, has it not?
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
So now we have
Hi.
Hello.
hello.
Hi. Can we hear each other?
I can hear you guys just fine.
Ooh, he's got a really high mic.
Do I?
Okay.
Like
'Cause
you're really
feels-
explosive on our end.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Let me see if I can change that.
There you go.
I don't think I can change that from my phone.
Okay. Yay. I'm so happy you guys are here.
Oh, I can change that. Is that better? Is that better?
That is. It's not so booming.
Yeah. There we go.
Yay. Okay. I have two of my favorite guys here. And I get to tell you guys about one of my favorite things where Newton and Jasper creates a journey for the people. And in this journey, the kids get to play games and they get to win prizes, or they get to see homemade little haunts. Did you know you can make a little tiny haunt at a campground?
Yep.
And
Indeed.
it be super amazingly kid friendly.
Yep.
So, okay. On this thing, this trick-or-treating thing at Martin Dice Park, and the pictures are mixed in. I'll let you know when it switches to the Jasper little walk thing. But this one's standing at line at Martin Dice Park, and there's multiple little photo ops, as you can see, the little rocket ship and the two little rocket ships from Toy Story. And as you go in, you get this is Sophia's Peach, and you can see that is like the biggest smile ever. I need you guys collectively across the world to know how amazing these campers at Martin Dice Park is, because they created this wonderful Halloween walk that gave the kids so many amazing fun things to do. This is another one with Soapy and Woody. And yes, I'm just jumping in because we are so far behind, and I'm so ready to chunk my new computer across the room. Because
no,
it took an hour to be able to see you people.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a new computer,
And then-
you got to get it used to. You got to put it through its paces that first time. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's I'm just about ready to cry with this whole entire thing. But as you can see, the most beautiful Princess Peach Soapy as in Buzz Lightyear, and then the Warden Dante. And this was like such a fun photo op. And then further down the road, the pirate ship inflatable, and you can see the camper, and in the background, if you look in the background, you'll see the lake. Because Martin Dice Park is one of the most beautiful parks you'll walk through any other time of the year. And there's footpaths, there's place to camp, and all types of stuff. But every year, these beautiful, amazing campers buy the candies themselves. They buy all the inflatables. They all put the money into this themselves. So all the kids between Jasper and Newton and wherever else that comes in has such a fun time. And dude, yes, I don't want anybody to say anything stupid because, yeah, look at this. They made it themselves, these little jack-o'-lantern jugs to keep the line in place, and the inflatables and the little hangings. These people talk to the kids, they answer their questions about Halloween, about their decorations, about camping. And it's just amazing. Because even, hi, Dell. So nice to see you too.
Hey, no.
It's such a great experience. And on this one, you get another more of a perspective. I think I just added all of the pictures. And do you see these little jugs they made? The whole experience, every single kid had the biggest smile on their face, most beautiful or fun or scary costume they could come up with. And there's I know from the year before I showed you guys all the Beetlejuices that they had because there was so many when right before the movie came out.
I do remember that.
Yeah. And well, you know how much we love Beetlejuice. The Princess Peach wears Beetlejuice shoes all the time. And like even on their vehicles. And I remember like the year before, one had used their camper in the mix to help create like little walkways for their little mini hot thing that they made to set up the boundaries. It was great. They are on this is off. It normally costs can't remember how much it costs normally to like go in and have a walk for the day or the week or whatever, but on this day every year it's free for everybody. And yes, you guys probably remember these pictures. Multiple ones like this we use for the dang it, I cannot remember the name of the thing. Raz, your made up cryptid.
The Bewildering Beast?
And as you can see, the fire. Say what?
Isn't it the
Bewildered Beast? Yeah. We use the. Thank you. In the Onward Adventures books to say the Bewildered Beast was here because we are celebrating the thing whenever we finally get to able to make the movie. We already have stuff out. And the all of them, the sheriff's department, the fire department, they came, they talked to the kids, they answered questions, they had different things the kids could get, and the dinosaur thing was just really cool. And do you guys have questions?
That just looked. I kind of been late. What exactly was all this? Sorry, I was making. Is it a pumpkin patch or is it a big event thing?
Oh, okay. The show is about a journey, and this journey.
She's asking about
I'm showing
this
you guys
situation
the
with
Halloween
the campgrounds.
journey in Martin Dice Park.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's a park.
The campgrounds put a trick or treat path for the kids every year, and they all create a fun time for the kids.
That's very cool.
Is this like one day or is this a 2-day event?
this is a 1-day event, and then later you have the walking around town event where, well, the actual trick-or-treating at houses, and then Jasper usually holds their own version of this as well. These are some of the pictures of the lake. I'm trying to remember what else I can add. They
I like
don't
those.
have a problem whether or not you need a wheelchair or whatever. There is a way for everyone to get around. Oh, this one was the little hunt they put on this last year, and it was really cool. Had different things from different movies. I didn't take pictures because I was going through with a little monster.
That looks really
And this
cool.
one you can sort of see how far forwards everything reaches. Um,
It's incredible seeing how many inflatables I
what
have.
else do you think you guys can ask I can add?
So, is this like you said that they charge you to do this?
No, I said this is the only day of the year they don't charge you
Oh, okay.
to go through the park.
That's
All
a
right.
big
So,
spider.
yeah. So this is a totally free event. I imagine the campers are the ones that started this and said, "Hey, this would be fun."
Yes. They wanted to make a safe place for the kids to go
Awesome.
and be. And everyone came together. The campers, the different things like the EMS, the fire department, the police department all came together because there's like this one little area where you'll find all those services together to
That's
talk
awesome.
to, trick or treat with, ask questions.
So did they bring any of their mascots from any of the departments?
I don't remember.
Because if it's the
Okay,
sheriff's
you
department,
did add
maybe
him.
they had.
And this one was at the one in Jasper. Uh, at this booth, these lovely hairdressers were telling about the school, their salon, and giving free little things for the kids, like a extension or sprayed the hair. As you can see, Dante got his hair orange. And Soapy had borrowed Cassie's hat here, and you can see the different places that came, like the bank came to talk and trick or treat with, and some of them have games or photo ops here as well. This one was cool. The medical school had them using syringes to pop the balloon gloves.
That sounds slightly dangerous.
And Cassie got one on this one.
No,
It
you're
it
using
is,
a
but there were
syringe. You
multiple
have
adults watching them.
so they actually have needles and throwing them at balloons.
Yeah,
My goodness.
it was fun.
I hope those all went into the waste sharps box when they were done.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm not.
Yes, that is. Everyone went into the sharps box.
It's a cool
What?
idea. It just sounds kind of like they didn't quite think it
And-
out.
I'm not going to say any negative things because I think that's creative. I think that's
Well,
wonderful.
it was a whole.
And the only thing I was going to put on this is I seen that pop the balloon with that dart, and the carny guy is like, yeah, just throw it, pop a balloon, win a prize, and the little boy threw it, and he threw it so wonky that it hit the guy in the head. And as soon as you said that, I thought needle to the head. But I'm sure they've thought things out and they've done this and been
That
like,
didn't
oh,
happen
okay.
while we were there.
It did.
While we were there is the caveat on that one.
Oh my gosh, Friday!
Love that.
I couldn't love you more than what I do right now for that comment. But yeah, no accidents had been reported. That all that stuff sounds like a wonderful thing. It really does. I'll be back.
That looks a lot more fun
Okay,
than just going to like a pumpkin patch,
Yeah,
having like
I
the
don't
whole park
know
with
if-
everything.
You have a whole bunch of people trying to make a safe place for all the kids and give them things to do. And it's multiple hours long. And it's just so much fun.
I'll have to check out. I've never actually gone, but I've seen stuff for they do a Boo at the Zoo here in Lincoln.
Those are cool.
Yeah, and a bunch of different vendors will come and set up. Like, you can get free little snacks at the pizza place and all these different things along the way. But never actually checked it out. Okay, so you reminded me of something when you put that up, and I hope is it okay if I shared a picture really quick? Well, technically two.
Definitely.
Okay, so that reminded me of the pumpkin patch, and I just got done working on this today because it's my brother-in-law Tom's birthday today. And I always go through and I find something, so because he's just outrageous as a human being, and I find a picture of him and I do something horrible with it, and or at least something fun with it. And he is not the first who has gone to the pumpkin patch and held up two pumpkins and then realized later that it's not the best idea to hold up two pumpkins in front of you, although I think he might have done this one on purpose. But this is my brother-in-law at the pumpkin patch a couple of years ago doing the with his pumpkins. And this was his birthday card today. Oops, wait, I went the wrong way. I like to call him my brony-in-law. So we go from pumpkin patch to brony.
That's funny.
And that's it. So happy
That is
birthday,
epic, and now I need one for Cassie. Happy birthday, Tom! Dude, that was amazing. I definitely need one for Cassie. So, beautiful people, what about your journeys for Halloween?
Well, I came out of my mother's birth canal. That was a good one. I don't have any pictures though.
Yes.
No, actually, she was asking what I wanted to do this year for my birthday, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Let's." Piles just like, I'm gone. I was like, I don't know. We can go grab something to eat or whatever. And she was like, well, I was thinking of taking a trip. And
He's still here, but he's just not visually here.
And she was like, well, I was thinking maybe we could go on a little trip. She finally found a reason to go. Like, I've been wanting to go to the House on the Rock for forever. And she's like, it is near nothing that I want to see. And so then this year she's like, well, we might have to go there because like it's another 200 miles and we can go to Judy's Cafe and eat pancakes. Because I don't know if you've seen the viral sensation that is Judy with her diner, but she has people coming in from all over the world to eat her pancakes. And she's this awesome little Chinese woman with these tiny little Lennon glasses who runs around and makes these commercials like there'll be a car accident. And suddenly she rolls underneath a car right after the thing and it cuts to her and she'll be like, I'm Judy. I have pancakes. Come eat breakfast.
I want
And
those pancakes so bad.
she's so popular that they've been like booking the hotels and stuff in town. She had to open a second location because of all the people coming in from out of town. And so mom really wants to eat those pancakes. So because she wants her pancakes so bad, I might get a trip to the House on the Rock because it's kind of in the same area.
That's not that many hours far away from me.
I know. And then I'm also going to have a journey to New Orleans again this year, but
Nice.
I'm going to New
So I don't know what
Orleans
else.
later on next year. I'm missing a haunt convention for it.
dude, New Orleans is so worth it.
I'm going to go with my son and his class trip. So
Nice.
there's going to be an entire this is what you're doing. This is where you got to be. I'm going to be like, Nate. But I want to go. I want to go. Back to this park. I think that's really cool, and I know that there's a lot of places that do trick or treat different ways, trunk or treat, trying to be safe. I'm a big fan of having trick or treat during the night, but everybody's like, "Oh, it's a lot safer during the day." And it's like, yeah, okay, but you take out the whole element of what it used to be as us being kids, and it's bad because my kid wants to go trick or treating at night, and she wants to go up and trick or treat at the houses that actually leave their porch lights on, even though trick or treat's done and over with.
I think my favorite campground-esque type fall festival and trick or treat is up by Pile. It's the one they probably still do it. It was Indian Lake. My dad used to vend up there and sell all kinds of stuff before he died. So for years, like my family would go up there for. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they do. I know that there's one that's called like Glacier Hills. They do something. There's a lot of different places do this. I think that there is a campgrounds that actually haunts their campgrounds. Does trick or treat during the day, and then they haunt, like actually, the campers scare people over the weekends.
Over in Hamilton, there's one of those, or near Hamilton, there's one.
Yeah, so it's really awesome. I like little festivals that do that type of thing. I mean, there's a festival that's going on this weekend in Minster, and it's Minster's Oktoberfest. That is nothing like that trick or treat. I do not suggest bringing your kids when it's dark, just because Minster Oktoberfest is they almost set records every single year of how much alcohol.
You're right.
Oh.
I know there's a very family-friendly one coming up on October 11th in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's at Hell's Dungeon. That's how I know about it. It's candy with creatures.
I know that there's no boo this weekend at Shainer's.
See, that's two already in the Ohio region.
Oh, yeah. Columbus Scream is going to do a trick-or-treat.
Nice. Huber Heights, the Rose Music Center on the 5th. It's this coming Sunday. They're doing one From 11 a.m. to 5. It's the one they do every year. They just moved from Cloud Park over to the Rose Center because it's gotten huge.
Right. A
When-
lot of churches do trunk or treat.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make sure it's called trunk or treat versus trick or treat because trick or treat deals with what they're against, and trunk or treat just sounds like you go to a stranger's vehicle and you get free candy.
Yep.
Which also
Yep.
sounds kind of creepy the way I just put that.
No, it does. Have a Gay Day is doing theirs in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks from now. They do a trunk or treat. The whole trunk or treat thing is always tripped me up because it's like, okay, let's go to a random parking lot in Ohio and then just get candy out of people's trucks. It's weird.
Uncle Necro used to do that. He would do the whole like super evil eyes his thing and put on a plague doctor's outfit and stuff and kind of Grim Reaper esque sort of feel. And he liked to do the trunk or treat thing.
I just sent Friday a message saying we miss you because I don't know where she went.
Yeah, Ratatosker's like confused. Yeah, I know you haven't had any booze tonight. You're cut off for a while.
Yeah.
I started putting bottles and I was like, I realized how many. Oh, okay, here's one. This one didn't get put away. But so when I was growing up in little Hooper, Nebraska, like the everybody knows everybody town, tiny little place. The first grade teacher, Mrs. Buckendall, aka Mrs. B, every year on whatever day fell closest before Halloween, like if it was on the weekend, it would be a Friday, otherwise it would be on Halloween. She would leave halfway through the day, and her sister, who was a witch, would come and teach the rest of the class, and she would like make little treats and do cool stuff or whatever. And then if you went trick-or-treating that night and you went into her place, you had to go to Mrs. B's place because she set up in front of her front door this gigantic, like just huge cauldron, and it had a bunch of dry ice and stuff. So there's smoke coming from this cauldron, and she was all done up completely as a witch, and she had big bowls of candy, like candy bars and stuff inside the cauldron. So you'd go up and she'd cackle at you and she'd be nice to the little scared ones, but she would always be like trying to spook out the older kids. And it was just tradition. And then people on her street started picking up on it. So like one of the neighbors across the street started having their old husband like sit and dress like the scarecrow sitting on the front porch, and he'd scare the shit out of the kids as they were getting their candy and stuff. And it was just a really cool time living in a small town. Then you'd always go up the hill for the end of the night because that's where all the really rich people lived, and they'd give out the whole candy bars and stuff. But it was just like, I remember when I took Madeline for the first time to trick or treat from Mrs. B, and it was like I started to realize she had been doing this to where if my mom had grown up where I did, it would have been like 3 generations of people she would have taught because she'd been teaching for that long and stuff. So she got to, it's just those family traditions and long-term groups that come together and do things that are just a lot of fun. And my mom loves to do it. She's kind of bummed out this year, isn't sure if she's going to decorate or not, but usually she gets all it. She likes hocus pocus, and she and some of her coworkers would like dress like that every year. And and then she dresses up the dog. And we got Madeline, her little bearded dragon Bruce, we got him a little glow in the dark skeleton hoodie outfit that like straps around her neck and waist, so you can wear it adjustably on bearded dragons as it grows. So we have,
Beardies are awesomely resilient when it comes to that.
yeah, I mean, it looks like it should fit her. We got the smallest size because she's just had her first shed, so she just has her first frill. But so she's pretty small, so we got the little one. But they put the dog stuff in one section, the cat stuff in another section, And then they
So
put
it's not on the floor in front of the
reptiles and guinea pigs in the same section,
This side close to the stove.
which I don't really get, but however it works for them, because it wasn't like here's reptiles, here's guinea pigs. It was like interspersed, like reptile, reptile, guinea pig, reptile, guinea pig, reptile, reptile, or something. But yeah, no, I just loved having Mrs. B and the tradition that everybody in Hooper, Nebraska had with her, like going over and having the big smoky cauldron and the cackling witch thing. It's people don't do it that much anymore. You know, some people go way out. I follow the Michael Myers of Decatur thing, and he is hilarious. He does it
Yeah.
all year though. But
I like when he gets his son involved too.
I just saw one where it's he and Jason are riding around on a bicycle, and it's my best friend, that song.
Yep.
People, let me tell you about my best. And then he just posted one I just liked before I hopped over here when I saw what was going on, because I'm where they're like Ghostface. Isn't that the one from Scream, Ghostface?
Yeah.
He rolls out a red carpet for him and he walks on down it with his kid doing the little thing in the background, and the wife just like, fine, just do it, and walks down a red carpet in the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm. No, his wife gets super irritated when he gets his son involved, because then there's two different Michael Myers doing crazy shit, and the wife is just like, nope, I'm done.
The kid loves shoving a fake knife into his eye for some reason too.
Yeah, he does
Like
it a
they
lot.
asked him, they were like, he just does it. We didn't tell him to. We just let it go because he likes to do it. So
Yeah, that's supposed
but
to be Jamie Lee Curtis's coat hanger in your eye, not a knife. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
does the wife really get irritated, or is she
No,
just putting on an act at this point?
I think it's just kind of an act, because they've talked about it, like not in character before. Um, it embarrasses her sometimes, the shit they do, because they don't always tell her exactly what she's filming. So there have been times in public apparently where she has actually been kind of embarrassed. But the eye roll stuff is more just you expect that of her kind of a thing.
Okay. I think the first one I ever saw was her driving home, and he's on a bike with the kid in the car seat, and she's just like, "Oh my God, stop it!"
Oh
Like,
yeah.
get home from work. I got
So-
phone calls.
I got something for Reddit, Oscar.
No. Yeah, don't grab power lines. That's why we don't let you do that. That's why we don't.
I told Friday, if I know it's been a struggle getting everything up and running with this show, and I think it's wonderful that we were able to get this show, and she was able to share how wonderful this campground stuff is.
Yeah.
She's still having a little problem with her internet, but that's why she went to the black and white, I do believe.
Yes.
But I told her, I said, in case of emergency, we are able to put this up, just letting people know that, hey, we have no way to have a show. The squirrels are on the attack.
And they're drunk.
I'm looking into also possible assistance
Yes.
with your internet problem, by the
for
way,
the
as well.
squirrel,
But back to what we were talking about with these little activity. I think it's great. Oh,
We lost her again.
I'm sorry. We lost Friday. Do.
am I still here? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
We can hear
yeah.
you.
Freddy's still there in audio.
We can hear
Can
the
I
voice.
not be heard?
Yes, you can be
Yes.
heard. Can I?
Can I go out?
Yay!
Can I come into the out now?
And our squirrels are not that intelligent.
You know what I heard?
What?
Sheep.
Daddy.
They cross the power lines. Oh,
Excellent timing. I forgot we had that.
I'm just saying. I
Fair.
get better with things. But Yeah, I highly recommend people go and look into their local area and see what's in their local areas. Now, I I do have a situation. I do
Your
have a
parents went away on a week's
situation
vacation.
where no, I have a situation where it aggravates me that you have a a wonderful group of people that have traveled several miles from their location just to come into your neck of the woods to get all the candy bars, and they have no relation in that town. That is a big thing here. People will come from uh we've had people from the Troy area, we've had people from Lima that have no families, no nothing in our community, and they still go trick or treating in our community. I just don't understand what is the reason. If anybody can tell me what the reason is, I am up for that. But I feel like if you're doing it at a campgrounds, that is part of that community, and they're advertising it. They're wanting people. But when you're doing like a community, as in like a village, a city, whatever, don't go to a different community because they got bigger candy bars. I'm just,
I mean, maybe it's not safe where they're at. I don't know. But when I'm saying we go up the hill, I'm still talking about a town of like 500 people. So
Right.
going up the hill was there was like a cul-de-sac, and that was the top
Right.
of the hill. It was just one
Yeah,
group of
that
like
that
5 or
was
6 houses. But
that wasn't at you at all in your comment. It's
Wait.
just
I know.
if you say, oh, it's a lot safer in our community, I would believe that. It's just, when you come into somebody's community, show respect. Don't go and look at them and say, oh, well, that's what you're handing out. That's so disrespectful. And I just don't understand why people do the trick or treating and be so disrespectful in a community that's not. I mean, it's disrespectful if you do it in your community, but why are you coming to other communities to do it? Is my whole thing. But like I said, Friday, I think this is wonderful. I think it's great that you actually have a group of people that want to show a good time and invite them into their area to show them a good time. I hope it goes on for years and years and years, and I hope it expands, because that's one of the things that is really awesome, and we want that to expand. What we don't want to expand is little mammals getting drunk and taking out Friday's internet.
No, and this sucked.
I would have never brought it up if Ratatosker wasn't here.
Like, dude,
I'm just saying.
Get off my ass. I wasn't doing it.
I
can't climb.
I know. I can climb.
She's too
if I
short
have resistance.
to get me up there. That's as far as he goes.
Right. So, Friday, I'm going to ask you a question here. What is one of the things that what is the best thing that you think about this thing? When you think about it, what are you looking forward to the most?
When I think about it, I'm looking forward to seeing the people. I'm looking forward to seeing the park and seeing all the new decorations and see which ones are putting up their little mini haunts and just seeing what happens, because it's different every year. And who does what is different each year. Sometimes the campers themselves are different every year. I just can't I can't wait to see what happens this year. And if you're wondering how we find out, they make a event on like Google and Facebook and whatever so people know when they're doing it. And like the churches will make events for trick or treating because our churches do trunk or treating. It's just not always on a day we can do something.
Right.
But this is one of the events that we usually try to make sure we get to see because it is amazing.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Can.
Okay, it said I was unmuted. I have no idea why it wasn't coming through. Weird.
Because StreamYard.
I mean, it's my phone.
Yeah.
I've been having problems with my phone lately. That's why I haven't been on video. My video's not been working for some reason.
I'm just happy you're here.
I'm trying to be.
I'm happy all three of you guys are here.
Four.
Well, there's me and y'all, and I cannot forget the Ratatosker because I'm like half dead. Hi, Ratatosker.
What
And
I was going to say earlier. Oh, go
all of
ahead.
you. Yes. I just want to say, and I give hugs to all of you, including the viewers.
There's a quick way to solve asshole kids coming from other areas and being rude to you about what you're passing out, Pile. A really easy way. See, it's called trick or treat. If you don't want the treat, you get the trick. So what you do is you spend all year putting a bunch of pennies in a pillow sack. And if they don't want your candy, bomb them upside the head with your pillow sack, and they won't come back to your neighborhood.
So,
but wear a mask so they can't prove it's you.
I looked at a kid
Hilarious.
2 years ago, and I said trick or treat, and he goes, trick? I looked down and I said, okay. So I went ahead and unscrewed the lid off of one of my urns, and I poured it in his hands. I said, there you go. And I sealed it back up and told him, I said, have a great day. And he goes, what is that? I said, just go take Grandpa fishing. So he walks across the street, and he went back up to this guy that he was with. I don't know if it was his grandpa or if it was his dad or whoever. But that guy looked at him and goes, wait, what did you get? And he goes, this. It came from that jar. And he goes, what did he tell you? He goes, he told me to take Grandpa fishing. And that guy started belly laughing so hard. Was like, he just gave you his grandpa, his dead grandpa. And the kid is like, wah! He throws it up in the air, and you could just see all that go whoosh up. And he goes, why would he do that? He goes, because you got to understand who he is. He's the guy that runs the haunted house here. And he goes, why would he do that? He goes, you said, what do you want? And you said, I said trick. And he goes, and he gave you one hell of a trick.
Yep.
You know what would be nice to give these? You know what would be nice to give these kids? A couch.
Yeah.
That's why you set aside a separate bowl, and it's all like little packets of Haribo sugar-free gummy bears.
They don't sell them anymore. They put them off the market after all the reviews started getting really popular.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Da 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 da.
I'm sure you can find them at a Dollar Tree somewhere.
No.
No,
You
they
know what?
literally
Not even
them?
Dollar Tree. Yeah, no, they stopped selling them, and then the version they have out that they did bring back have a completely different formula now.
So
I was very disappointed.
I would tell you, one of my friends went ahead, and I don't know how he really did it, but he took a bowl and lined the entire bowl with candy, like glued little pieces of candy all through the stuff. I said, well, that's pretty cool. And he goes, go put your hand in it. And I went to go put my hand in it, and instantly I couldn't get in the bowl. And I said, what did you do? And he informs me that he put It's not silicone. What is that?
Epoxy.
Epoxy resin.
You put resin in there.
Yeah.
And it's so clear that you can't see. And I looked at him, I said, that's incredible. And he goes, yeah, that's for old little a-holes that they're like, yeah, da da da. It's like, oh, well, you get one of those special candies. And those kids will jam their hands in it. Ah! It's like, there you go, trick or treat, right?
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud. So what do you guys hand out? Do you guys hand out anything for trick or treat?
People do not trick or treat in my neighborhood. You don't go walking around in this neighborhood.
You know what? If you guys didn't have so many bodies just laying around, I would understand.
Well, I mean, in Middletown, we're at the haunt. We were living at the haunt last year, so we had no one to pass them out to. Before that was Middletown, there was no one to pass them out to. And like 2, 3 years before that, it was all hotels. And then the 2 years before that, I lived in a bad part of the West Side, so I haven't had trick or treaters in probably 7, 8 years. But now I finally live in a place that actually has them. But they decided to make trick or treat on actual Halloween night, and I'll be at the haunt. So, but that's why I do the Candy with Creatures things. I get to see all the kids in their costumes coming down to get candy. So Michelle at least gets to pass stuff out. I then bought
right.
Halloween decorations for the first time ever, like a week and a half ago, and we still don't have them up in the yard.
So I found out that the kids in our community, it's interesting. I can go and I can put a banana out, and they will choose the banana over the candy. I can put little bags of chips out, and they will choose those over the candy. So what we decided that we were going to get a bowl of fruit, and you can pick your own apple or banana, and then we're also going to get chips, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, I know that person, but so far,
Carl.
yep, it's Carl. So far, it's just one of those things that the kids are not wanting candy. I mean, everybody's giving out candy.
Right.
It's kind of like the year when we were little. Everybody was giving out pennies. By the way, it's okay giving out pennies. Just don't be the one that goes and hands a penny into the sack and go, now don't go spending that all at one place. I want to smack you. Come here.
And then I remember getting like quarters and 50-cent pieces when I was a kid in some places. I remember like full-size candy bars.
Right?
But then again, that's like the 80s when things were a lot fucking cheaper. So, I mean, people just went a little bit extra for shit.
Right? Right?
Oh yeah. I recently bought it was supposed to be a like individually wrapped little Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
And you got like a 4-pack, and it was like, on sale for $2.50 or some shit like that. And when I got them, I had it delivered. I was getting, because I can't with everything carry up like a bunch of jugs of milk and soda and stuff all at the same time right now. Working on the PT, getting better. Still can't do it. So I pay somebody to deliver it, and I'll have a couple of snacks and things thrown in as well. And the peanut butter cups were seriously like as big around as an Oreo.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait, what? I just spent $2.50 on sale for 4 peanut butter cups that are like this big.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
It is.
We used to get change, and like if we'd have like $1 or something, and we'd go down to the gas station at the bottom of the hill, you could buy like 10 things. You'd get a couple of little Laffy Taffies and some gum, and then you'd get like one real candy bar and a couple of other things, and it would be great. But now it's like, oh yeah, you can't get anything unless you're willing to spend like $5, and then it's kind of crap.
Ooh, who remembers the candy cigarettes?
Oh yeah. But which version do you remember? Because there's two different versions of them over here where I was growing up. We had the ones that were gum that had this powder in them that you could actually like blow on it and like powder would come out at the end. And then they had that ones that that are like the consistency of chalk.
I
Had
was a
both.
chalk eater.
Okay.
I had the chalk.
Do you remember when they condom candy cigarettes? The ends of them actually had red color on the end.
They did away with those
They went
eventually.
ahead and they called them candy sticks. They got rid of the red.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can get them in boxes with like Spider-Man and whatever on them now.
And they used to look like actual packs of cigarettes back in the day, like the designs on them and the boxes and everything, dude. There was no mistaking.
Luckies and
Mhm.
Roundup. I remember Roundup.
Yep. The Roundup was like the Marlboros because they had all like the Western theming on it and stuff. And
Lucky had a 4-leaf clover on it.
Yep.
I remember getting a 2-pack and it had X-Men. X-Men just came out as the cartoon.
Oh, back in '97,
It had cigar ones with like Wolverine.
96.
That would have been cool.
Right.
They did make candy cigars, but the candy cigars were more like gum and gummy.
Yep.
They still make those, but it's the alternate for the people that want the "It's a Boy, It's a Girl" cigars, but they don't want real cigars, so they still make the candy cigars with that stuff.
What was the deal with the red the red wax lip thing that was supposed to be candy somehow, but
it was candy.
It was?
It was candy. It was actual edible wax. It was made similarly to how they make candy corn, just in a much larger glob. Because when you think candy corn in small pieces, you don't notice how thick and waxy how bad it really is. And those lips got really famous for a long time as a candy, but not because anyone ever actually ate it, just because they put it in their mouth and had the weird lips for Halloween. But they're the most disgusting thing on the planet.
Do you remember, since we're bringing this Halloween candy up, do you guys remember the little wax pop bottles that had like jelly inside?
Yep. Yeah. Like the juice and stuff inside of them. They still make those.
I
remember that.
I used those.
You bite the top off.
I made these cupcakes once, and Grandma had this cupcake decorating thing, and you'd get the top of the cupcake, and okay, let's get this here. And here you would put a marshmallow with a face on it, so it's sitting here, and put on the hair or whatever, and then coming through it, you'd pipe arms of frosting, and then little hands down here, and then you'd draw whatever their shirt was or whatever. And I did these once for state wrestling, or not state wrestling, like one of the big wrestling tournaments that our school was hosting. I wasn't in school anymore, but my sister was, and they wanted to have a thing for all of the cheerleaders from every school that they were hosting. So my grandma and I baked dozens and dozens and dozens of cupcakes, and are sitting there trying to put little bit dots of food coloring on giant marshmallows and not have them bleed and look terrifying, and little smiles. And hair, we do different like bows with pigtails and stuff. And we did them in each school color, and we did their pom-poms. We'd put little dum-dums in, and then do the the tip that had like like what you would do the hair and stuff with on them. And we made tons of these. We made them for all of the wrestlers for our team too, but we did all the school colors. And then I had a bunch left over, and I was a bartender. So I took the ones that weren't really the best, and just got some of those in the little root beer kegs, and put those in their hands, and just took them to the bar and was like, "Here, look, it's a cupcake of you drinking." So
that's fucking funny.
So that was fun.
Raise a hand, since we're Rise. You'll have to tell us what you raised your hand for. But did anyone go and just rip their pillow sheet off their pillow and go trick or treating with their pillow sheet? I know I did.
No.
I seen something at
like as your candy bag, or just Well, yeah, that was, when I was a kid, that's what we used. We just used our pillowcases, dude.
Yeah. When I was going somewhere one time, they had pillowcases for sale at this Halloween store, and it said vintage candy collector
Yep.
on the tag.
Yep.
It was a pillowcase.
Yep. It's
It
fucking
was a
funny, but that's
pillowcase. And all it said was vintage on the actual tag, and on the actual pillowcase, it said vintage candy collector.
and but they sell a lot of those with people not even thinking, "Oh, this is a great idea," and having no idea.
My son looked at me and goes, "Am I dumb, or is that's a pillowcase?"
Mhm.
But I said, "No, it's not one of those fold your pillow and it goes tuck tuck. No, it is shove it clear in the end." I
Yeah.
said, "It is legitly a pillowcase." And he goes, "What? Uh, I said, "Because they are charging $10 for a pillowcase when I could go to Walmart, get a pillowcase, and it's like $1." And he goes,
But is it called a vintage candy collector
Or you could go
at
into your
Walmart?
bedroom and take one and use it and then put it back on your goddamn pillow the same night or run it through the wash.
"That's what we did
But
We
when we
always
were
you got
had
to think about
kids."
this too, man. Like a long time ago, like back in the 80s and even the 90s, you didn't have a lot in the way of like thread counts and all these fucking choices. You went to the store and you bought fucking pillowcases. They were thick, they were durable, they were decent. A lot of the cheap pillowcases these days, man, you put enough heft in that and it's gonna rip. Or some gets spilled on it, it's fucking done. Like
and I
that
So
shit back then, they were good pillowcases, dude. And if you wanted to handle, it was super fucking easy, man. You just took a piece of a pair of scissors, you cut two tiny holes, and you just put a piece of rope in it, and then you had a fucking handle for your damn
right,
candy collector.
we
I
we
will make
always
a
had the
deal.
pumpkins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw those because we get people to get them from McDonald's all the time. But like, my thing was those things are tiny. The neighborhoods we used to hit, dude, we would fill a pillowcase. Sometimes we would more than fill a pillowcase and have a dump spot where we'd have to go back and dump our candy, empty out our pillowcase to go back again. And sometimes we would just change costumes and hit the neighborhood again.
That's
Now,
just nuts.
Oh,
yeah,
it was.
I seen a couple years ago this little girl come up, and she had a milk jug that had the top cut off of it, and it was almost made into a scoop. And she was like, "Trick or treat," and she would hold it out. And I was like, "That is so unique." I
It
turned
is.
and I gave her a regular sized candy bar, and she goes, "Thanks." And then her sister looked at me and goes, "Trick or treat," and she had like this little bag that you bought from Walmart, this and that. And I gave her a little piece of candy, and she goes, "Why did she get?" I said, "Because I like that bucket." And she goes, "But I didn't get. I got this little candy." I said, "Yeah, I don't like your bucket. I like her bucket." And she goes, "Well, that's not fair." And I looked at her. I said, "Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm not fair. Would you like to trade your little piece of candy for a bag of chips?" And she goes, "Yes, please." "Whatever, I'll trade you. Whatever." But no,
Or would you like what's underneath the box?
it's a carrot. We are going
You
to
know what?
play carrot
You
in
know what
box.
ruined Halloween for all of us, right? Like legitimately, you know what ruined it?
What?
The
The old guy
the
dropping his pants.
the greatest executed urban legend of all time: the razor blade and the candy.
Yep. That didn't ruin it for us. It just, made people think about shit.
Well, I mean, it changed a lot of things. It changed a lot of how trick or treat worked for kids. It ended up being the thing that later changed even more things.
Yep.
And all because this happened one time in one small neighborhood. And to this day, it's never been reported widespread ever. But one person heard it. It was mentioned on the news way back in the day. And every year you hear stories of, oh, it's happening again, but it's not. It's not happening again. It's just people talking about it, remembering it. It was literally the most well-executed urban legend of all time, man. It's the number one to this day. Only seconded by Tylenol. The original Tylenol murders, not the current Tylenol thing that we don't need to talk about.
Well, there that and the other one that is real that people do is the just dead people in hotel rooms under the bed.
Yeah, that has happened.
It has happened more than once.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those. It's not like every day,
No.
but it's widespread enough and it is frequent enough that it, depending on what kind of hotels you go to, it could be a concern.
Yeah, that's why that's less of an urban legend and more of a, hey, man, you should probably just check on your bed anytime you check it. Especially if it's a motel and not a hotel, just check on your bed.
Just look,
Maybe in the mattress if you're really ballsy.
Yeah. No, we didn't worry about that so much because small town neighborhood. I thought I was going to get accidentally drugged a lot more when I was a kid, though, because that was also the thing was like, the druggies are going to inject drugs into your candy so you have to look for little holes in the thing, and no parent is you just don't go to their house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, since weed started getting legalized, even for medicinal, every year there's these stories about how people are giving away edibles to your children. No one's fucking giving up their edibles to children. I promise you, they're eating those themselves. That's how they're surviving. That's how they're surviving hanging out with your kids.
They're like, yes, sir.
Your comment that you made, hold on here, and I would, if we had a replay button, I would absolutely replay this because I swear you just said, people were not drugging your candy nearly as much as you thought they were.
No, they would, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
Are you looking forward to being drugged?
No, I just and then
it depends on how my day's going.
And then I read Go Ask Alice. And I'm like, so, and they're like, oh, because on the news at the time when I was growing up, they were like, oh, be careful because people give out stamps and stickers and it's really they're dosed with LSD. And it's like, no dealer is going to go ahead and just give away a bunch of LSD to kids. That's just fucking stupid.
And plus, they were dumb as shit because by then, LSD wasn't even a thing. It's been LSA since long before they started putting that shit out.
But they just, they made it seem like you're constant, like you're gonna accidentally be drugged at any point in time, and so you're like, God, is this gonna be a drug? I should try it just in case because it might.
Yeah.
I would like to know what being drugged feels like so that I will know if it's a constant happening in my life.
Yeah.
Nobody ever slipped me anything. I also have never had to give anybody an emergency tracheotomy. Although my mom carried around the gauge of needles that you need to in her purse, just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. But I was always expecting, you have the pocket knife and the MacGyver, you have the Bic pen,
Yeah.
I have never had to stop, drop, and roll, although I have had my hair set on fire, but that just kind of patted out. I've also set my stove on fire and gotten that out.
See, I've had to stop, drop, and roll 3 times in life, but that's my bad.
And I've never encountered quicksand.
Yeah, that's always been disappointing to me. Is not randomly finding quicksand in neighborhoods and back in the woods and shit. Like we were led to believe a lot of things, man. A lot of things.
Like they trained you. Like, okay, don't struggle if you get in quicksand. You need to kind of lay out on it if you can, and it'll flatten out, and then you'll have a surface. And somebody will then grab a rope or a vine and throw it to you, and then they pull you out, and you just like they trained us for quicksand in school. In Nebraska.
And they dared me not to do drugs, and I took them up on that challenge.
One of my friends who did stand up, his thing was always like, the best thing about the Dare shirts? They're black, so they hide all the resin marks.
Yeah.
It's like, point.
Yeah.
And they teach you what good drugs look like.
Like,
They pass them around.
they
Did you
do.
get
They
them passed
do.
around? Like they took us. We all went into the auditorium or the something hall, and they like set us down, and then they just took bags of different drugs and passed them around. So everybody had to handle these bags of drugs that were being passed around so that you would know what it looked like. And instead of putting up like a slide, they're like, okay, and this is methamphetamine, and this is this, and here's a bag of weed. We know how much it weighs, so if it comes back missing any, what, you're going to check every single one of us?
Do you know when and why they actually stopped doing that in schools?
Lecture hall. Because kids were stealing drugs?
But do you know how long it took them to stop doing it?
No.
The year after season 1 of South Park, because it was after season 2 of South Park, because they made such a big deal of making fun of it, that it became this widespread thing that every time someone went to do it in the classroom, there was comments and like they were, making fun of the episode and talking about it. And then, Dare actually started paying attention to shit. And they realized, oh, this is pretty fucking dumb. And if you happen to see them at a county fair, they would have these big displays with all these fucking drugs. It was even more intense in the classroom because you could walk up to these little things and see what they smelled like, what they looked like. And when they're not thinking about it, some of these things just smell, and then the kids are walking out of the booth with their eyes fucking white as sausage.
This is what cocaine smells like.
Yeah. It's like, this is what meth smells like. Wow.
So
the funny, when Maddie broke her nose, they still use cocaine medicinally.
Yeah.
In some doctor's offices and stuff, and she face planted, broke her nose. They had to reset it and stuff, and they used cocaine to numb it.
Cocaine.
It just like took a little Q-tip with cocaine solution on it and like stuffed, and my sister was like, "They did what?
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave a 6-year-old cocaine?" And it was
Oh,
like, I mean, there are other options, but who doesn't want a child that's been injured to get jacked up on cocaine?
Man, if you go through the pain and the hell of breaking your nose, at least you deserve a little bump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. There are so many other things that could be used, but like that stuff that they numb you up with before they inject, if you're one of those people who needs Novocaine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I totally cut you off, Pile. I didn't mean to do that, and then squirrel happened.
So, is there any other questions about the trick or treat? Because that's where the show is.
We started there and then we scrolled.
Oh, I know.
No, I do remember something I don't talk much about. I always talk about how I've been hunting for 31 years, but it's not really been until this last year and talking to a lot of people, like through chainers and stuff. Specifically, chainers finding secrets, not field screams. That I realized that I've actually been doing it longer than that because I just never thought, like growing up, that home haunting was. First of all, no one in my neighborhood did it with us, so I didn't know it was a thing that people did until I grew up. That it wasn't just a weird family thing. But I probably gave up for the most part even going trick-or-treating when I was about 12, because that's when we started really seriously scaring the fuck out of everyone in our neighborhood, and that was just always way more fun to me. Plus, people sometimes get so scared they would leave their entire bags of candy in our yard and never come back for them. So I would end up getting more candy in a way, I think, than had I have gone out. Until I turned 16, and I was like, you know what? This is my last chance. So I dressed as Josh from the Blair Witch Project and went around with a camera documenting everything, and it was so weird. But no one would give me candy because they thought I was a grown up because I had a beard and everything. So that was kind of sad.
The best kid dressed up as a grown up outfit that I've ever seen was like a decade or so ago. This kid, I have lived here for that long. This kid who lived in our building, who's now an adult, was a very stocky boy, and he dressed up as Drew Carey in his Price is Right like suit and everything, and had like a Price is Right thing on his to identify who he was, and he was perfect. Like
he could have just said Cleveland Rocks, and I think everybody would have gotten it.
He was doing it for the Price is Right because he liked him on that show.
Okay.
He didn't.
That's
I
cool,
don't think
though.
he saw like the Drew Carey show. He just knew him from Price is Right. He didn't have a bunch of strippers walking around being like his ladies or anything, but you know.
That's the last show I remember doing a Halloween thing, an actual real, where you could get the glasses and they'd do all the gimmicks from the TV show at home, and they did a live action Halloween one. It was the first time they'd ever done a live action show, and either the glasses would come with your Sunday paper if you got the Sunday paper, or you could go to certain grocery stores to get the glasses. But I remember every Halloween, all these shows used to do weird gimmicks and shit like that. I'd be the smell-o-vision at home or the 3D glasses at home or something for Halloween night. So you'd go home from trick-or-treating and you'd be able to do that. I wish things did that. Anyone did that kind of shit again,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not in the haunted attraction industry, you miss out on most of what Halloween was when we were growing up. That's loud.
So
I
Jenny,
agree.
you plan on going back to that thing this year?
Yeah, I'm just waiting to find out when that thing happens and if there are any other events that we can take them to.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I remember in Bryan, College Station, the Science Museum did a special day thing for like homeschoolers and younger children where they could go, as long as they had their costume on, they'd get in free and they could walk around the museum and play.
Nice.
So
cool.
there's just so many things you can do that are like kid orientated that I never thought to look about until I had these little monsters. Yes, there's one over there. And yeah. I
Do
just
you guys
recommend, if you have tinies, check events.
do you guys participate in the was it I think the Museums for Everyone? Jenny?
We don't exactly have like many easy to reach museums.
Okay.
So
There are a series of museums, zoos, cultural centers. There's a giant list for every state that if you get any kind of assistance whatsoever, and some lists are just for homeschool kids, that you either get completely free entrance or severely discounted entrance into those things. And a lot of them also do Halloween things in October. If you need help finding any of that, let me know, and I'll sit down one day and I'll see if I can find you a list.
okay, I shall look around as well to see what else I can find. Because since we've officially hit October, more of the events should show up easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they do that here with Moral Hall. If you
Yep,
have a Snap EBT or WIC card, you get in for $1.
We almost went there when we were down there visiting you.
They're now charging admission. They used to just like they would ask for a donation at the door, but the donation would be like, okay, really, you got to actually give us like $5 per person. But it's a donation, so you just put it in here. We don't have to deal with cash registers. But now they make tickets for it.
Yeah.
Which is
Our
fair.
art museum used to do that a lot too, and now it's now you have to pay the recommended donation, which is not really what it used to be.
Well, they straight up are selling things, but funding from stuff like that has gone away, so I understand it, and it's a
Big time.
it's a really cool place to go. So
one of the things that we started doing was when we opened our doors at Chainer's Field of Screams the first year, we took a donation and then we counted how many people went through, and then we took that and divided it by that number, and we came out with a price, and that was our opening price for the next year.
Nice.
That way we knew about how much people thought we were kind of worth.
Yeah.
And it came out to be like $6 in the beginning, but
Right.
we are up to $12 now. But we also offer discounts up to Yin Yang.
Right.
It's not hard to get a discount from us. I mean, heck, you could probably borrow your brother's ID and get a discount for, bringing identification.
Right.
Or bring a can of food.
Yeah, well, that's better. But, there was one person that said, yeah, we brought cans of food with us, but my one son got into them. I was like, wow. He's like, yeah, we didn't know until we stopped at McDonald's, and he's like, oh no, I ate these 3 cans that were back here.
He's had a can opener on him?
Well, they're Pop Tops.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I was saying. I said,
a kid's my spirit animal. That's exactly the kind of shit I used to do. Hungry, go raid the pantry.
Yeah, hungry pantry. So, but no, I think it's really wonderful that places do that kind of stuff. Like I said, ours you can get $2 off. Heck, right now you can get $2 off if you bring me one of the ticket stubs from Haunted Town Hall or Hell's Dungeon.
Yep.
Then you can get $2 off if you go and bring a non-perishable food item. But you can get $5 off if you're an OHA member. Plus, you get free popcorn with that one.
Oh yeah.
And the whole thing is, as we do this, you can only use one of those 3 offers.
Right.
We've already had the person that walked down the lane, and he's like, ho, 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 I'm getting a free ticket out of this. And we said, ho, 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 which one would you like to use? So what do you do? I'll just show you this from Haunted Town Hall, and I'll take my food back.
That's a dick move.
Whatever.
I would have left the food.
Well, you know what? Some people have priorities, and it's not others. That's why we made it very clear. But no, as we get into haunt season, as we get into October, please think of a couple of things. Number one, you got to think of the children. Think of the children.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the food pantries once in a while too. Jeez, a crime. Also, when you're coming into communities, I know some company I used to work for, and we won't say it, had a policy that if you had trick or treat that day scheduled, we would not make your delivery during their trick or treat. We didn't want any opportunity of doing anything to a child. I know, us meanies, but yeah, we did it. We would not. So when you're going through places, make sure you're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
If you drive through a campsite and they're doing trick or treat, just get out of your vehicle and walk to the campsite. For freak's sake. Do not hit a small child with a golf cart in a campsite either.
Or
Oscar, this is the reason you don't drive.
at ours, there is a designated parking area. You park over there, then you'll go do the thing.
That's my rule of life number 1. Just don't be a dick.
Right?
Pretty much.
But yeah, you have all these different things that are opportunities to a lot of people. And you gotta be thankful that there's places, there's communities, there's this and that wants to do these type of things. It just irritates a lot of people when you come hee-hawing and thumpy thump down a haunted trail and people are like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that there was children around. Did you not see the trick-or-treat signs? I know our police department, man, they had signs posted everywhere. Slow for public trick-or-treating. Slow for public trick-or-treating. Pay attention for children. If they found out that you were going, and I mean this was the only time, if they found out that you were speeding through the village, they would pull you over and they would cite you instantly. No questions, no nothing. And everybody's like, well, why are you being like this? And it's like, do you not see the children? Well, they should do this during the day. So they moved it to the day. We still put those signs out during trick or treat, and you still have idiots. So please do yourself a favor, do your family's favor. Don't get put on the 7 o'clock news because you hit a small child.
Right.
But yeah, Friday, is there anything else you want to talk about on this?
Always learn about the designated parking areas, or park at a family member's house that is close. Find out what is available if you need extra monies for food at some of the Halloween events. Be willing to talk to people. Remember, you have tiny people. They will be into wanting to see everything. Ooh, what does that button do? Or, oh my gosh, can I go hug the Beetlejuice? He's moving. That was a literal thing. It was adorable. But yeah, make sure you have your eyes on them and where you're walking. Be aware of your surroundings. People, if you're going into the event, keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel. Remember, 5 miles an hour is not a suggestion. And there will be reasons. And please be safe and don't be a dick.
That's fair enough. As we keep on doing these shows for the Traveling Owl, our goal with these shows is to be able to have one of our Allight members or a guest or anything be able to bring up some information about a trip that they took or something, because the next one that we're going to do is all set on how a trip down to West Virginia can almost kill you.
Yes, I've been waiting for that.
So we're me and
or how
Mike
not to shit yourself on vacation.
Yeah.
Still working on learning that one.
Don't eat clam chowder at truck stops.
I didn't do that.
Don't
eat sushi at truck stops.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't take hypodermic needles and throw them at people or balloons.
Hey, that was fun. That was really fun.
I'm in danger.
Well, the carnival guy said I had to pop 3 balloons, Dad.
That was so much fun. It was worth doing. I'm sorry. Those med students were fun, and they also explained really well and tried their best. But it was still funny.
And that's why you don't wear a Sharps container costume.
Please tell me they put some kind of finning system on these needles.
They were blunted, and you were made to stand behind the hay. Everybody had to be on one side of the hay while throwing it. They did everything they could.
Really not.
Yeah, it was.
And that's how you get space aids.
Oh,
You know, there's a reason why I don't go around space, but I would love to have Gay Deceiver any day, anyway.
Mhm.
I want Gay Deceiver so much, and I might have to skip Raz's world with Gay Deceiver. I may die. Something will
No.
eat me.
No,
Nah.
as long as you take hypodermic needles and throw it at them.
Yeah. Stabber, no stabbing.
Why am I thinking of that freaking elephant? Are you sure this water's sanitary?
For some reason, I got the give a hoot, don't pollute Al in my brain. Woodsy
Why
the
don't
Owl.
you know, like that work? Why not?
Woodsy Owl says, don't throw hypodermic needles into the hay. I had this screwed up comedy skit written out where it's just like one of the old school Woodsy the Owl, like infomercials, whatever, PSAs. But instead of Woodsy the Owl, it's Stabby the Fowl, the anti-littering demon. And the kids are all like excited. There's this demon, like this grotesque demon helping them pick up litter. And at the very end, they're all circled around the demon. They did the whole jump in the air going, "We love you, Stabby." And this guy just walks by and litters and he just eats him right in front of everybody. No one cares. And that's the end of the PSA.
Okay. Last thing, and then I
love
promise.
that.
Last thing, and then I promise I will let it go. I will let it go. Let it go. You ready?
Calm down, Elsa.
So, Johnny, what was your favorite booth? It was that one over there.
Stabbing for dollars.
You're not going to let those poor students live it down.
Oh my god, can we get one of those like booths where you stand in and there's like a bunch of air and generally you throw like money and shit? You have to do like the cash grab booth, but instead it's hypodermic needles.
On this episode of It Looks Like Saw 2.
Oh my god. Forrest Gump. Life is like a hypodermic needle. You never know which disease you're gonna get.
I am Jenny from freaking Alabama.
Exactly.
This went weird.
Gump 2, the stabbing, coming this summer.
So, since this show, we've been able to find out a wonderful opportunity that one of our owls was able to travel to and go to see. And we're really thankful that her travel brought us this wonderful episode. And now I'm thinking it's bringing the letter.
Safety first, kids.
This episode is brought to you by the letter H for hypodermic.
Today's show is brought to you by the letter H for hypodermic needle.
Friday, should I hit the button yet?
I can't, so you're going to have to.